Moses was born in Egypt. At a time when the Israelites were enslaved by the Egyptians, Pharaoh, fearing the growing population of the Israelites, ordered that all male Hebrew babies be killed. To save her son, Moses' mother, Jochebed, placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the Nile River. The basket drifted downstream until it was found by Pharaoh's daughter, who was moved by the sight of the crying baby, and she decided to adopt him as her own. Moses was raised in the royal court of Egypt, but he knew his Hebrew heritage through his mother, hired as his nurse. One day, Moses saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating a Hebrew slave. In anger, he killed the Egyptian and fled to the desert to escape Pharaoh's wrath. In Midian, Moses found refuge with a priest named Jethro. He married Jethro's daughter Zipporah and became a shepherd. Years later, while tending his flock on Mount Sinai, Moses encountered a burning bush that was not consumed by the flames. From the bush, God spoke to Moses, telling him that he had seen the suffering of the Israelites in Egypt and had chosen Moses to lead them out of slavery. Moses was reluctant and doubted his ability, but God assured him that he would be with him and provide him with miraculous signs to demonstrate God's power. Moses returned to Egypt, accompanied by his brother Aaron, to confront Pharaoh and demand the release of the Israelites. But Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he refused to let the Israelites go. As a result, God sent 10 plagues upon Egypt, each more severe than the last. The first plague, Nile River and all water sources turned to blood, killing fish and making the water undrinkable. Second plague, frogs swarmed the land, invading homes and fields. Third plague, dust turned into lice, infesting people and animals. Fourth plague, swarms of flies filled the land, disturbing the Egyptian. Fifth plague, livestock died from disease. Sixth plague, boils broke out on humans and animals. Seventh plague, hail and fire destroyed crops. The eighth plague, locusts darkened the sky, consuming what little remained. Ninth plague, darkness covered Egypt for 3 days. The land was filled with fear and mourning. Finally, the 10th worst plague arrived, the death of the firstborn. The Israelites marked their doors with lamb's blood, and death passed over them. Pharaoh relented and allowed the Israelites to leave. Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt in what is known as the Exodus. As they reached the Red Sea, Pharaoh changed his mind and pursued them with his army. The Israelites stood at the shores of the Red Sea, trapped between water and army. Moses, "Fear not, God will deliver us." As Moses raised his staff, the waters parted, creating a path on dry land. The Israelites crossed their faith, guiding them. But as the last crossed, the waters crashed down upon the Egyptians. On the other side, they rejoiced. They sang praises to God for their miraculous deliverance. This story represents faith, deliverance, and obedience to God's will. Thank you for watching. Watch our next video.